guys, we have some new stuff today. We have Tom Ford, Hermes, Dior, Charlotte Tilbury. Let's go ahead and just dive in. So I already have the eyeshadow on my face, but I did film the look. So we'll get to that in just a second. First, I want to mention, I did pick up the last shade of the Hermes matte lipstick. And I have it on right now so you can see it. It's a very pretty pinkish rosewood. It leans a little bit cool. I did notice when I read the description, it is described as a sheer matte. But I will say these are not really matte-like. They are very smooth. They do dry down to a, quote, matte finish, but I am going to have a matte competition coming up between the Hermes and the Prada and the Chanel and others. But I got to say, like, these are really comfortable. If you have problems with mattes because you have really dry lips, I wouldn't worry about this one. The Hermes are extremely good. It could be the sheer nature of the product, but they are excellent. The mascara. This is the new Charlotte Tilbury. This is Exaggerize. And I want to tell you right now, you'll see me putting it on in a moment when we talk about the eyeshadow. I am not a Charlotte Tilbury mascara fan. I have really never liked her mascaras. I have liked practically everything else that she's done, especially in the early days. But her mascaras never did it for me. This one, on the other hand, just cut to the chase, is extremely good. And if you're looking for something that comes in a glass bottle, which, by the way, is not easy to do, like these are harder to manufacture, but more environmentally friendly, you definitely want to try this mascara. You'll see me put it on and I'll get into details, but I wanted to touch on that like really quickly if you just wanted to get it out of the way. Nail polishes. I have the two fall Hermes nail polishes, and then I have the new Dior nail polish. And the shade in Dior was a Vendome, if you like Paris. So this is part of the Plan de Paris collection. I only have it on one nail, but you can see the shade. I do want to mention, though, I do have dip nails. So the light blue is, if you will, permanent. Like, it doesn't come off with acetone. I'd have to remove the dip. So I did have to put this on over the blue. I did put numerous coats, though, like 5 coats, so that you could see the color as true as it possibly could be. But just, I do want to be very clear that it was put on over the light blue. But I think this is one of the most beautiful shades that Dior has ever done. Really impressed. It does not look nearly as special in the bottle than it does on the nails. So this is one that I would say I would strongly recommend you guys get. It's really pretty and it's really unique. The two Hermes shades. So there's the blue shade and the green shade. And what I would tell you is that in indoor lighting, even with direct light coming in, which I have, they look much deeper than they do in the bottle, and they look much deeper than they look if you go outside and sit in the sun. Direct morning sun, which is when I took the pictures that you see on Instagram. That is in direct morning sun coming in on the back of our house. So they look much lighter out in that direct light. It's strong sunshine. If you're in an overcast situation, though, you get more of this color, or if you're indoors, even with direct light indoors, you get more of this color. So the thing about the Hermes is that although the color in the bottle looks a little bit grayer and lighter, it looks a little deeper if you're going to be inside. The same is true with the green. That tends to be true of all the Hermes nail polishes, I find. The color in the bottle is the color that you'll get outside, but inside, it's a little bit deeper. Of the three, strangely enough, I like the Dior one the most. I love this color. I just think it's really different and beautiful for fall. It has a little bit of shimmer. Then I'd say the blue. I just wish it was a little lighter when I'm inside. And then the green. Because the green almost looks like a brown with olive undertones inside. At least that's what I get from it. Sorry. All right, so I have new Tom Ford lipsticks. I bought 4 more of them. If these go bad, I'm going to be so mad. And I picked up another lip liner. I also picked up an eyeliner. The eyeshadow I have on is the Tom Ford Metallic Mauve. Now, this has been out for a while. A lot of folks have had it. but it only really hit a majority of places just recently. So what I would tell you is it is a stunningly beautiful quad. The formula in here is outstanding. Very smooth, went on beautifully. The mattes are like silk. The two shades, the purple shade and the lavender shade, they are shades that are very much topper shades. One is much more purple and one is more white, you know, leaning opalescent lavender. However, this is not the creme formula because it doesn't say that it's the creme formula. It says eyeshadow, it says eye color quad. I'm looking at one of the cremes and the in Violet Satine, and it says eye color quad cream. So there is a difference. I would also tell you that the size is different. The Metallic Mauve is 0.24 ounces. The Violet Satine was 0.31 ounces and 9 grams. This is 7 grams. So this one's smaller. There's less product in it, which is interesting. The old one was made in Italy. I have a sticker over where this one was made, so hold please. This one also says made in Italy. 12-month shelf life. Yeah, same for those things. So what I would tell you though is it is smaller. So you get less product. Guess that's not a huge shock. That's, you know, it's the way everything is going these days. But it is different than the Violet Satine. It's a different look. There's a lot of Tom Ford quads though that are similar to Metallic Mauve. This is not the most unique color story I've ever seen. There's a lot of purple, lavender, you know, there's a lot of it. Even the new Chanel has a purple and a lavender in it along with the green and the ochre. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you, like, I've never seen anything like this, but I will say that the color story is very pretty. So while you see me putting on the Metallic Mauve, I started with the lightest shade, the lightest matte, and then moved into the deepest matte to kind of build out the transition, which I think you can see how smoothly it goes on. In fact, it went on so smoothly that I kind of overdid it, and I had to clean up the eye area pretty quickly because it's so smooth, it's so silky that you find that you might have a little more on than you originally wanted. Then I took the purple shimmer shade, put that on the eye, and then took the whitish shade and put that right on the eyeball and then a little bit on the inner corner. I didn't put any in the brow area. I kind of kept the brow area with a light dusting of the matte shades so that you could have, you know, kind of just a simple brow bone area. I didn't want it to look shimmery. I feel like a lot of times when you put too much shimmer in your brow or your bone area, it doesn't quite look right. So here's the two. Here's Violet Satine and here's the Metallic Mauve. And I said, there's other ones. There's other quads I could compare this to, but I know a lot of people have done reviews on this already. What I would say though, I think you can see this one is more plummy, Metallic Mauve, more mauvey, more plummy. And this shade can go on by itself and look beautiful. This shade though, the whitest shade, it's like almost like a pearlescent, opalescent kind of shade. If you put that on by itself, it doesn't look like much, which you might want, but you might, you know, I would say these three work by themselves and this one is more of a topper only. Whereas in this one, you can definitely see that these two are deeper and more purple shades. This one definitely is mauve and they're very similar to this one, but this is a much deeper shade. And this shade, although similar to this one has a shimmer and almost glitteriness that the Violet Satine does not have. Same for the lightest shade. Can you see how this one is definitely opalescent as well, but looks more like a satin, these both do, than these do, and they look more like they have a little bit more glitter to them. I didn't have any fallout with the look. I didn't get anything all over my eyes from the product. I used my fingers. But I will say it is more of that wet, glittery look versus the Violet Satine, which is more of that shine and luminescence. So I do think there's a difference in the formula. I don't know what exactly is the difference because, like I said, one is cream, the Violet Satine, and this new one, it just says eye color quad. So I'm not really sure, other than the fact that it has less product. Would I recommend buying it? Yes, I think it's beautiful. I think it's really a beautiful color story. And it is different enough to me from Violet Satine that I wouldn't mind having both of them. But what I would say is this shade and this shade are very, very similar. This shade and this shade are extremely similar again, but the formula is different. And then the lightest shade in the new one, it's like more white and more glittery, whereas the old one is more opalescent and more almost satiny, luminescent more than glittery. So this one I think gives you a more dramatic look than the Violet Satine, but I think the Violet Satine has the ability to give you the dramatic look because it's got that deeper purple in it. So again, they are similar, there's no doubt. They're definitely sisters. You just decide it's something that you need. But formula-wise, it's really good. It's very pretty on the eye. It's really, really nice. I did not buy Rose Veil. I have decided, you know, going forward, yes, I'm going to pick up collections like Chanel and Tom Ford and everything. But if I feel like there's an eyeshadow or a lipstick that's just really not going to, like, it's not worth my money, I'm not going to buy it. If you all tell me that Rose Veil is like the most beautiful thing ever, or that you're so enamored with it that you want me to try it because you think you're going to buy it, I will do that. But if I don't hear overwhelming thoughts on either side of that, then I'm just going to stick with the Metallic Mauve because I think that's beautiful and I'll wear it. The liner, there's black, there's a cream, and there's cocoa. I picked up cocoa just because I feel like I have so many black liners, but guys, this is an incredibly creamy liner. It is beautiful. Now, I don't know how long it's really going to stay on the eye. I am testing it out, but I am impressed, very much like the lip liners in feel. Again, they have 3 shades. It's brown, cocoa, black, and like a cream for like the inside. They are gel liners. They go on super smooth and super pigmented. I would certainly say at this point they're worth checking out. You know, the question is how long they stay. I'm going to do a microfiber towel test in a second, but I do think they're really good. They went on extremely smoothly, very much like the Victoria Beckham's, just kind of slid. Now, before we get to the new lipsticks new shades of lipstick that I picked up from Tom Ford, I will show you the Plan de Paris blush. Okay, so this blush, I'm going to ruin the embossing, is a very light pink. And I mean light. So, really beautiful color on me. It is very light though. It says it's infused with floral skincare. It is 0.20 ounces, 5.7 grams, 12 months shelf life, made in France. The color name is Triomphe and it's a satin. So it does have a little bit of luminescence to it. Yeah, I would purchase this. Like, this is really pretty. The only thing I would say is if you're purchasing it just for the embossing, I've said this a million times, guys, the embossing is going to go away. So, but it is a beautiful blush. It's very nice. Very light though. Okay, let's try the test here. Ready? I mean, the eyeshadow is going to come off because that's eyeshadow, but let's try the, wow, okay. The eyeliner doesn't budge. Look at that. Okay, so then it's the same kind of formula as the lipsticks, the lip liners. Doesn't move, guys. Well, that's That's interesting and definitely impressive. The new lip liner that I bought is, this is the Tom Ford. This is Private Client. This is a little darker than I usually go, but I don't know. Something about it, I really liked it. It's like a redder, it's really red, but I really liked the shade, and I don't really have a lot of red liners, and so I was like, you know what? I like this one. It's like a blue red, and I don't know, something about it I really liked, so I picked that one up. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of browns. I didn't pick them up because I have Irresistible, I have A-List, and I have Close Up, which are pinky browns, and so I was just like, I don't need, 17 lip liners. I have so many. But I have to tell you guys, if I didn't have the channel, I would be strongly incentivized to get rid of a lot of liners that I have and just have all Tom Ford liners and maybe some Chanel, Dior, and Sicily. Now, I know that's a pretty drastic thing to say, but these are so much better because they're so easy to go on and they don't come off that I, at this point, don't know why I would reach for something else. Now, if I have the channel, absolutely, because I'm comparing things for you and I'm showing you different ones, and some people won't like something that stays on, that, that sort of sets down, all those things. So yeah, as for the channel, I'm not going to get rid of anything. But for my own personal use, I don't know if I would reach for anything other than these unless it was a color that I wanted, which is why I'm thinking, or maybe I just get all Tom Ford, all the shades. That's how much I like these. So let's talk about the lip shades that I picked up from Tom Ford before I talk about the mascara. So I picked up 4 new shades, and I have to tell you guys, I wanted to buy all of them. Like, you saw the swatches on my hand, and if you follow me on Instagram, pretty much every shade I loved. There was like one shade that was too fuchsia for me, but for the rest of them, I was like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. And again, would I replace all my other lipsticks with these? No, I wouldn't replace all my other lipsticks because there are different formulas that I like. The new Celine is really good. I like the matte formulas from Chanel and Prada and actually Hermes. There are the slim lipsticks from Tom Ford that I really love. And there's the lip maximizers and there's a lot of other products. But I have to say, if I'm talking about a glossy, satiny lip, I think these are my favorites. They are beautiful. Like, they just are stunning. I don't know what to say. So anyway, first one I picked up is Dolce. Dolce is N2. So the West Coast is N3. So those are the only two N's that I'm aware of so I picked up Dolce, and I absolutely love that shade. It is like West Coast, a little bit cooler, but it's a much deeper, more pigmented shade. Then I picked up Front Page, which is more of a coral, and it's beautiful on. It's a really brightening shade. Oh, don't worry, in coming videos, I'm gonna wear all these shades on my lips. It's a really pretty combination. I think it's really, really nice brightening shade. So I think it is, if you're thinking about seasons, I do think it's more spring summer, but I also feel like you wear the shades that are the best on you, whatever looks good on you. So if that kind of coral shade looks good on you, it doesn't really matter if it's the dead of winter, in my opinion, but it's a really pretty shade. And the next two are similar. Invite Only, which is 20. Is that 20? My eyes are going, yes, 20. And then the one after that is On Repeat, which is 6. Now, it's interesting because Invite Only is pinkier and a little deeper, whereas On Repeat has a little bit more of that coral, a little bit more orange, and is a little bit lighter in tone. They are similar shades though, but I didn't go with the brown. There was a brown one that I really wanted. There was the lightest one, which is a Sable Smoke, which is a repeat of shades. I didn't get that one, even though that one looked stunning, because again, now I have 7 Tom Ford new lipsticks and 4 liners. And as you all know, if you've been watching me, I have too much lipstick as there is. So I'm trying, you know, to have some restraint here. But I did notice that the Tom Ford lipsticks were actually selling out, like literally selling out. I was at Nordstrom and there was like 4 left of some shades, and some shades they had like 1. I know these are all permanent, and I'm certainly not, if you haven't watched me before, you don't know this, but I will never urge you to go out and buy things just to buy things. However, I also want to say it is September. We get into the, you know, crazy buying season. September, October, November, the holidays are coming, and this time of year is when retailers, just to be honest, make a lot of their, you know, yearly profits. So things do sell faster in larger quantities this time of year for people who buy early, and the Tom Ford lipsticks and lip liners do seem to be going fast. Again, these are permanent, so, you know, if they do sell out, I assume they'll restock. I just don't know if they'll be able to restock before the end of the year, before holidays, if that is something in your mind. If you are thinking, and I do not do this, I am not good at buying this early, guys. I am not, like, in September, I'm not like, hey, Christmas, like, or Hanukkah or anything else. I'm just like, oh, it's September. Like, I'm focused on here. But I know a lot of people, and some of my friends especially, like, they buy their holiday gifts really early. So if that is something you're even in the mindset of, and these are things you want to buy as gifts, or you really just love them and you want them before a restock happens, I would take a look now. Just because I think some of the shades are going faster than others. That's just my take on what I saw in store, online, and through various essays that I have. It's just my, you know, public service announcement to all of you, so that nobody gets mad at me if they sell out. All right, last but not least, the mascara. The reason I wanted to save this for last is because I think mascaras are a tough one, because, you know, makeup is very personal. Like I just said, it's just some people, obviously the Tom Ford is doing well, the new lipsticks, because they're selling well, but not everybody's going to love something. Even though I get up here and say that these Tom Ford liners, like the best liners I've ever used in my life, there's going to be people who try them and hate them. It doesn't negate how I feel about them, and it doesn't negate how the other person feels about them. It's just a difference of opinion. But it's even more so with mascara, I find, because mascara really, really depends on the type of lashes that you have, which is extremely varied, and the kind of look that you want. With a blush or a lipstick or eyeshadow, you can apply things in a way to make it lighter, deeper, different brushes, use your fingers, that type of thing. Mascara, there's a wand in here, and the wand is either a wand you like or a wand you don't. There's really not a different way to apply it or use a different tool, because that's the tool. So if you're somebody who likes a curved brush, which I do, I love a curved brush. It's like my favorite wand. If you like something that's a little wet, but not too wet, like it's creamy, it's not super, super wet. If you like a glass bottle, which is really thick and really heavy, by the way. And if you like something that you can build, and that is a volumizing mascara, then you are gonna love this. Now, I find this to be the best mascara that Charlotte Tilbury has ever done. I love this mascara. I was impressed by it the minute I took it out of the bottle. I saw the wand and I could see the formula of the mascara. Like, to me, it was immediate. I loved it. It does seem to hold a curl. My eyelashes are not curled, they are straight. Now it says it's 28 hour, I don't know why it's 28, but anyway, 28 hour exaggerated fast volume and curl effect. The bigger the better. 94% saw instant volume, 90% saw root to tip curl, 95% agrees eyes look bigger and brighter. Mascara is going to make your eyes look bigger and brighter, guys. It's 0.33 ounces, 10 milliliters. And I have to say, you know, I can't find anything negative to say about this mascara. 6 months, which is, you throw out your mascara after 6 months. It's extremely good. And for what I like, it's perfect. It's a perfect mascara for me. Not everybody's going to love it because it is a little more, it's not clumping, it doesn't clump, but it does, because it's volumizing. The idea of volumizing is that it kind of coats the lashes and makes them look a little bit thicker. And when it does that, sometimes lashes will sort of stick together a little bit, especially if you have a lot of lashes like I do. So it's not going to separate them as much as a lengthening mascara will. The curved brush, not everybody likes curved brush. For me, it's perfect for my eye. I really like that. And, you know, it works on the bottom lashes too, so it's not so thick like, so the Jones Road, and there's another one that'll come to me in a minute that has a really thick curved brush. I can use it because what I do is when I put it on the bottom lash, I kind of go from side to side. I don't, you know, go the lengthwise. But if it's a really thick brush, it is harder to do the bottom lash. So this one worked just fine. I really like this mascara. I think it's amazing. Do I like it as much as Swede? I have to test it. I think this one is more volumizing. The Swede, I think, is a little bit more lengthening. How it works in the rain, I don't know yet. I'll have to test that out. But it does look beautiful. It does look great on, I have to say. No notes. It says smudge-proof, flake-proof, sweat-proof, and clump-proof. I'll see if it flakes or smudges as the day goes on, but at the moment, really amazing. So that is my wrap up for today, guys. I'm sorry I don't have any like fails today. I'll try to come up with a fail soon. But so far, you know, with the things that I'm picking up from Tom Ford, absolutely love them. I guess the fail would be the blush if you don't like a really light blush. But honestly, if you looked at that color and you thought it was deep, I think people picked it up for the limited edition nature of it and the fact that it's got the embossing of the Plan de Paris on it. But it is makeup, guys, so you please use it. It's a very light pink. It's very, very pretty, but I think it's going to work better on a light skin tone. And the nail polishes I've shown you. My favorite one is the Dior, which really shocks me, but I love this shade. I think it's really unique. The Triomphe. It's just, yeah, it's got a shimmer to it, and it's just really, it's a really pretty color. The Hermes are really nice. I just think indoors they look a little deeper. They're perfect for the fall and the winter, but I think they look a little deeper than they do in the bottles, unless you're outside. So that's it for today, guys. I think that's enough. I'll continue to try these out, and I'll have updates, of course, soon. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.